Today I'm taking you guys with me to Sephora. I really want to check out some of the new Dior items and just the new makeup in general. I want to investigate it in person, really swatch it out, see if it's going to work for me before I just like buy it online. I also have at least one repurchase that I know I need to buy, if not a couple. So I did a very simple face today, just really running errands, all of that. So let's go shopping. I am going to pick out a scent of the day though. Even though it's summer, the weather has definitely been a little colder. So I'm going to go Mochi Milk from Dead Cool. It's like a very cozy vanilla scent with a hint of peach. Very, very good. That's how many sprays you need if you want your perfume to actually last. All right, we're at Sephora. Okay, I have to do a little bit of voiceover because the music, one, was so loud, but also shout out to anyone who can just be in a store filming. It is a vulnerable moment. It is uncomfortable, and I did my freaking best. Okay, anyway, I love that Sephora has the front of the store for the new items. I love checking those out, and if you're not following what's coming out, they kind of keep it curated for you, but I went straight to the Dior because that's the biggest reason we're on this trip, and I'm so glad I swatched these blush sticks in person because they were more like moisturizing than I thought they were going to be. The first two shades here were actually a little bit shimmery, so they have a little bit of a fine sparkle. All the other ones are cream. I thought that bubblegum pink was absolutely beautiful. This shade is Rosewood, which was another one of my favorites. The cherry shade, also beautiful, but these almost were reminding me, at least when I was swatching them, of the Rhode blushes. Like, I'm telling you, that moisturizing. So I did end up picking one of them up. Again, so glad to see the colors in person as well, but I also wanted to check out some of the powder blushes. Now that first shade, Toffee, has some shimmer, and so does this one. I believe it's called Candy, but it had a lot of shimmer in it in a way that I was not expecting, and I could see that being something good for people or something you might not like. I was starting to swatch these though, and these definitely, I think, have an improved formula just swatching, okay? They are a bit more powdery, but I had issues with the other ones forming hard pan, but also just, it was hard to get product onto the brush, and I think that these are going to be a little bit better. They do remind me of the old formula though, in that they almost turn into a stain powder on the cheeks. Like the swatches weren't powdery and they kind of stick to where you're putting them. So anyway, those are the swatches of the powder blushes. As for these lip glow butters, a lot of you guys were telling me these things were cheap, and let me just say that dangly charm, it's lighter than it should be. I really think that should have had a little bit more weight to it, but these things are very expensive. I loved the colors though, I can't lie. Like, I'm excited to try these on the lips. That pink was beautiful. It has like a sparkle to it. I think it's called Lychee. That color is stunning. I'm telling you, that pink was so pretty the way the lights were sparkling on it. The lighting definitely wasn't the best at the Sephora, but I will say it captures the sparkle of these so much. But I just think the color selection is beautiful, and the lilac and the baby pink are the only two that have the sparkle. Very, very beautiful. But I was just walking around. I love seeing Refi. I tend to check these like end corners out because they tend to have like newer brands and maybe brands that don't have their own gondola. But I also want to check out these bronzers from Makeup by Mario. I haphazardly swatched all of them just to kind of see what the colors look like, but light was definitely the one for me. Wow, what a display. Actually, why am I touching that? I mean, it's cute, but it's also scary. I also love checking out the new in skincare. This has a lot of cool brands, just new things to Sephora. I got that Edam spray during the sale because I was checking it out, but I also wanted to check out for the Guava Fresca shade of their lip balm, which they had to swatch, which was great, but they did not have these in store, and I believe they're sold out online too. So that one unfortunately was a no-go, but I definitely want to get my hands on it, so that's on my list. I was finally able to get get my nose on the Salt and Stone Neroli and Basil. That one smelled pretty good. It was very fresh. You could definitely smell the basil, and I really enjoyed that about it for sure. And then as I was perusing around, I saw the fresh lip oils and I just had to swatch them. I was like, I need to see how these are. And honestly, they were thicker than I thought. Like, they actually had a nice feel, at least swatch wise, decent pigmentation on them as well. Like, they are gonna show up at least somewhat on the lips, and I decided to pass on them. Kind of spoiler, didn't get those, but I did actually think that they looked more promising than just looking at them online. So there is that. Then I saw the Josie Maran counter, okay, and I was very excited to smell these in person. This one is Vanilla Vibes. There is also a Topless Tangerine, which I have actually smelled. I got a sample and it smelled so good. So I was excited to actually smell these in person. There's Bohemian Fig, and then the newest scent to the line is Golden Hour. Oh, this little thing. I was just excited to swatch it because I didn't pick this one up and I know it's sold out, but these were so beautiful. This is from Danessa Myricks, and I definitely don't need the colors in here, you know what I mean? Like, I just like the neutral two that are in here, but such a beautiful little palette. I just think she does amazing eyeshadows, does amazing sparkle and duochrome, holographic, all that. She kills it every time, and it was a beautiful little palette. I, of course, made my way over to Westman Atelier. I just wanted to swatch some things. These are the highlighter sticks, and they are definitely pretty, but they're pretty glossy in actual formula. You can see it there, the shine. It gives that wet look, not only because of the shimmer, but also because of the kind of Vaseline quality. I also swatched these blushes, and I was really excited for these, but I don't know, they just didn't call to me, and I didn't want to get them, so I didn't. I just decided not to pick those ones up. Oh my gosh, you guys. Getting the swatches off was a whole thing, let me tell you. Every 2 seconds, I'm running back to, you know, where I can get the swatches off. Anyway, on to Glossier, because this whole freaking shopping trip is all about lip products. These are their new lip oils. I believe these are oils as well, but they're supposed to be creamy. So, yeah, again, the texture seems really nice on them. A little bit thinner than the fresh ones, but definitely nice. And so I decided to swatch all of them. I was like, let me give you guys a look. I really did love that baby pink. There was something about it. The kind of purple lilac shade also was really beautiful. I don't know. I know these look really sheer, like in the pictures of these online. On the actual lips, they all look so similar, but I was surprised to see at least a little more pigment, it seems, on the swatches. Very, very glossy though. I'm excited to try those for sure. Ooh, okay, this I didn't need to swatch, but I have been loving these Violette FR Bisou Balms, I think they're called. They're like a matte formula. They're semi-sheer, they're blurring. I just wanted to swatch a few and see the different colors. Some of the testers did not have full product in them, but I really have loved these. They're kind of expensive at $29, but I do feel like if you want just that wash of color, a little bit of blur, these are really stunning options, and I've been loving mine. I was also kind of looking for the new lip oils, but I didn't see them. I had to get my hands on that Wherever Walnut shade from Makeup Forever. This is the new kind of like blush sticks that they're doing, or just like in general artist sticks, and although the color was pretty, definitely Wherever Walnut, I'm gonna wait on it a little bit. I don't know how I feel about the formula of those actually. I'm still testing them. Another run to get the swatches off. I swear when I leave Sephora, I am covered in sparkles, but here we are with some bronzers. These are the Hoola Bronzer Balms, I wanna say they're called. I was shocked because these actually have a little bit of sheen to them, and I wasn't expecting that. They probably will be pretty on the skin. I feel like the lighting is kind of playing them in terms of color, but I also did find the colors a little bit odd for me, and I didn't have anything perfect, so, you know, spoiler, I didn't pick them up, but let me show you what I did get. All right, we're back from Sephora. It's actually the next day, but I've somehow managed to get my short little hair into a slick bag. Barely. Barely. Where there's a will, there's a way type of thing. Anyway, I'm excited to share with you what I got. Let's start off with the Dior stuff because I did get one of each of the new items. The cream blush, I decided to go with the shade Cherry because I have Cherry in the powder form. It is the old formulation, but I just thought, you know, I'm actually gonna use this. And also, I mentioned in the video that these were more moisturizing disappointing than I thought they were gonna be. Like, they're pretty creamy, so I figured the brighter color would give me the option of using a little bit of product, which is gonna work better for my oily skin while still having the color payoff. And it is the blush I'm wearing today. So far, I'm really enjoying it. Very much first impressions here, so I don't have like wear test, all that on it, but I am very excited. I love the packaging as well. I was nervous about these being like a pH formula, but I haven't noticed anything specific. Like, if they didn't say that, I don't know if I would have noticed that. It is a little bit more of like a bright corally red, which I really love. Thought I would swatch it next to the cherry powder shade because I do really like this, but again, very hard to get off. It's like very, very hard band. Okay, there's a little swatch comparison there, and I would say they're very similar, comparable reds. Like, if we blend this out, maybe the powder's a little warmer, but I do think that they make sense and match. So far, this is one of the things I'm most excited for. I think it's gonna be a fun pop of color for summer. I did get one of the powder blushes as well. I was like, I gotta get one of these too. And you know, I am excited that the formula seems different enough where I'm not gonna have the same issues, but the color I went with was Toffee. I thought I might go with Toffee in the cream, but it did have some shimmer to it, and I just wasn't sure about that warm brown color, like how it was actually gonna look. And I almost feel that way about the powder Toffee as well. This does have a gold sheen to it. I don't know how in person I got suckered into the gold sheen blush. How in person did I not really realize it? I knew it had shimmer, but it's definitely giving an orangey golden glow when the light is hitting it. And I also feel like I'm seeing a little bit of that pH thing happen in this. I'm pretty sure that's part of the powder blush and kind of the whole line. So I will keep you updated on this. I have not tried it yet, but I hope that it'll work. I hope it just gives me like a bronzy golden look. I was tempted by some of the other colors, but I do have quite the collection of the Dior blushes already. I have the old, okay, this is the first version, I want to say, of this blush, and you can see there's like a white covering on it. I don't know if that's the pH, what happens, but I've seen that happen to the pink one as well. Then we got this packaging. So this is the newer one. You can see the difference in how the Dior is written out, the font. In that newer formula, I have Rose Wood, this one's Poppy Coral, and then this one is Cherry. So that's what those look like. And then we have the new blush here. So I do like the way that this looks. And again, I love that this is a little bit more powdery in terms of actually getting it off the pan or out of the pan. So we will see. I'll keep you updated on how I like this. I realized that I did not even check my hair after doing my bronzer. So hopefully no hairs are out of place. But the last Dior item, this is the Addict Lip Glow Butter. And I picked out the shade Glazed Pink, you guys. I was tempted by a lot of the shades. I will say, just packaging wise, I genuinely think it is so adorable. I do like the charm, but the charm does feel cheap. The packaging feels cheaper than I expected, to be honest. I think they definitely could have upped it with that, especially for the price. I mean, it's Dior, so we expect something expensive, but these are $42 for a lip balm. That feels cheaper than the Summer Fridays, you know? So keep that in mind. As for the actual product inside, this is a very shimmery, almost on the verge of frosty pink. Lots of shimmer in here. It's a very fine sparkle, and I'm very happy to say that it does not have too much texture on the lips. It reminds me of the Patrick Ta, and to me that one's basically unnoticeable. Like, I don't feel it, so I'm very happy about that. It gives that really scattered lip look, especially if you have like the phone flash on. It's giving so much sparkle. I think this is gonna look best with a darker lip liner just to add that definition on the outer lip line, but I'm excited to keep using it. It did have a tiny bit of a minty feel. Nothing actually plumping, but I did notice that, so I wanted to point it out. I don't think it will be a big turnoff though, even if you're sensitive to that, because again, it wasn't super intense, but don't know if it's a must-have at this point. It definitely feels more aesthetic than anything else. And just to give you some other prices, the Dior cream blush, this is $44. So, you know, definitely for your money so far, this is the better deal. $2 more, a full blush, like what? And then crazier still, this is $40 against this Charm lip balm for $42. Okay, cheaper. A blush shouldn't be cheaper than a lip balm. I'm sorry, it shouldn't. That being said, those are the Dior products. I am excited to keep testing them, and I will keep you updated on what I feel like is worth it. But that does kind of segue us into the other lip products, so let's talk about those. I didn't show the Summer Fridays in the video because they didn't have it out, but I did go to another Sephora and they happen to have the new Pink Guava Lip Butter Balm. Really excited about this color. I think it is stunning. I love this formula. Putting this on my lips, I I felt like it was maybe a little thinner, but it was so glossy. It felt great on my lips. I honestly don't know why I thought it felt a little thinner. Let me know if you've tried this, if you feel like it is, or if that's just my imagination or what's going on. But I really do love the color. It's a slight difference, but I do think that it's perfect for summer. It adds just enough. And again, so glossy. I don't think you need a lip liner with this. I didn't show it with a lip liner in the demo. The thing is about this scent, I really do like it, but then it hit me that this is the Too Faced lip injection scent, guys. Like, without the plumping, there's no plumping, no burning, no stinging. But if you've ever used that product, there's something that just like harbors in your brain about that scent. That is a scent memory I cannot undo. And so I will say it makes me think I'm about to plump the shit out of my lips, burn the shit out of my lips. But that doesn't happen. It just smells like it. So I almost wish I didn't have that association, because otherwise I would like it, but it kind of is giving Too Faced lip injection smell. So keep that in mind. I really want to try that Guava Fresca from Edam, so that is the next one for sure to try for me. Another lip balm I got, this is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Bingsu. I was really excited to try these. I had some high hopes because, I don't know, I just felt like they could do a glossy lip. Like, why couldn't Glow Recipe do a glossy lip well, you know? So I'm very happy to say I really like the texture on this. It feels really nice. It has a good amount of shine. All of these as well. Every lip balm I've talked about has that same kind of rubberized tip like the Summer Fridays. I thought that was really interesting because I do really like that applicator style, and I know we've seen some like variations of things, the donut silicone applicator, fuzzy ones, hard plastic, but I do think I prefer this one, so I'm glad all of them have it, and this one is great. It smells like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, can't complain. It really does remind me of the skincare, and I'm excited to keep using it. In terms of color, it is very similar to the pink guava. The pink guava to me is just a little bit warmer, whereas this is slightly cooler, but very similar. This is just slightly thicker. We're talking about very small differences here, okay, and also first impression, so keep that in mind. But so far, excited for both of these. I don't think you need all of these. This is a lot of very similar lip balms, lip glosses, and colors, so, you know, take what you will. The last one I got, this is the Glossier. I did want to try this one out. It's the Lip Glaze is what they're calling them. I got the shade Chili, which is the pink one. I did like the purple as well. These are very sheer, I will say, but the slight milkiness that is in here, I do think shows up just barely, and I'm excited to keep playing with it. Milky lip colors can go wrong really fast, okay? They can start like collecting, the way the pigment is, it can look scary in the lips. The Huda Faux Filter lip glosses scarred me. Okay, those things look so horrible on my lips, but I'm very happy with this. It is thinner, but it still has a plushness to it that I really appreciate. It's what I'm wearing on my lips today. I did pair it with the Merit lip liner. This is in the shade Beverly Hills, which is basically my lips but better. I just wanted something to kind of bring back my lip line, but I think this is a really casual, easy look, and it's another lip product I'm excited to keep using. Again, you don't need all of these, but I do feel like basically all of them are great. So if they were on your list, I don't think you're gonna go wrong, to be honest, except for the Dior one. Really know what you're getting into with those and know you're just paying for a designer price. The Glossier one though does have the most kind of cooling feeling to it. It didn't plump my lips at all, so no hurting, but there was kind of an icy feel when I first put it on, and since then it's kind of dissipated. So no minty taste. I wouldn't even say there's a minty smell, but just a slight cooling. Just want to point it out. And I'm telling you, I just have all the cutesy girly pink lip products right now. Last kind of makeup item, I did get the bronzer from Makeup by Mario. I just really wanted to try this one out because there have been a lot of bronzer launches this summer, and this one was a little bit different for me since it was a powder and it was mattifying and kind of blurring. I'm wearing it today, first time, and I will say this is a very subtle bronzer on me. I got the lightest shade, which is light, and I was able to really dig my brush in, really go in with the powder, and I feel like it gave me a nice sculpt. Hopefully that's true. Hopefully I don't look back at the footage and go, girl, what are you talking about? What's going on there? But I almost feel like this might become a little too light actually for me throughout the summer. I already have a bit of a tan going on, so we'll see if that's the case. Super soft, buttery, a little bit powdery, but definitely not in a bad way, and it kind of reminds me of how easy the Fenty bronzer is. This is Sun and this is the Makeup by Mario, so I feel like they're kind of similar colors here, and this is another matte bronzer as well. I don't even know if you're going to be able to tell the difference, but on this side, if you can differentiate differentiate swatches. This is the Fenty one, and then the Makeup by Mario is on that side. So very similar in color. The Fenty one is just pressed a little harder, and I feel like the Makeup by Mario is a little bit more on the powdery side, but it feels really velvety. So last few things, the repurchase I had here was the JVN. This is the Air Dry Cream, and I did use up a smaller size of this. I got it through one of my advent calendars, and I really loved it. I put this in after the shower when my hair was still wet and let it air dry, and it gave me the perfect amount of just like hold and gave my thin fine hair just something. Like, I swear if I don't have any product in, it's just like too slippy. It just can't hold anything, and I felt like this was perfect to give it a little volume, a little bit of something in the hair without weighing it down, without making it crispy and crunchy. It felt still kind of moisturized. So when I ran out of this, I was like, I definitely want to repurchase. It did take me a long time to go through this though. So I went with the smaller size. This was 15 bucks for the 60 mil. So I think this is gonna last me a really long time. It was out of stock online for some reason, but in store, even though they said they didn't have it, they did have it. So I don't really know what's going on with that. I did get the one size powder melt glass setting spray. I'm wearing it today and I have a pretty glow going, but I kind of get a glow going no matter what I kind of spray on my face. So this is definitely going to be one of those products I need to really try out. I love the way that the bottle feels though. I mean, this feels more expensive than that Dior bottle. Okay. I also really like the sprayer on it, so I'll keep you updated on that one as well. I'm really wanting to test it a few different ways with powder, give it some good wear tests, and I'll get back to you. A newer product, this is from Dew, which is just a skincare brand I like keeping up with. I've tried a few of their products at this point now, but this is the cleansing oil, and I thought I would try it out. Love the color of this. I think it's so pretty, but it's the Ethereal Facial Cleansing Oil, fragrance free. I've used it once. I don't have a ton of thoughts. The only thing I will say, using this last night, putting it on, you know, it felt normal. Then I added a little water to start emulsifying it. And usually with the cleansing oil, it makes it turn into like a milky, watery texture immediately. Like there's no oil feel, plush feel. But I feel like when I added just a little bit of water, it almost turned it into like a cleanser. Like it felt like a gel cleanser feeling on my skin instead of immediately thinning out. It eventually got there and I didn't feel like it left my skin necessarily greasy. I do a double cleanse, but you know, it was just an interesting kind of middle ground feeling that I'm not used to with the cleansing oil, and I thought I would point it out, but otherwise I really don't have too many thoughts yet. And last, the most unexpected thing out of the bunch, this is from Josie Maran, and this is the Vanilla Vibes Body Mist. I was excited to smell these in person because I did like the topless tangerine, but I do not like these in the body scrubs, okay? The body scrubs smelled sour and nasty to me, and I'm a vanilla girl, so, you know, I was hopeful. This vanilla though smells so good. It almost gives creamy for sure, sweet kind of buttercream frosting if you watered it down with some milk and powdered sugar or something. But think of that in the like least sweet but also very sweet way. Does that even make sense? No, but it smells really good. It is like a very milky mist, and this sprayer is very blunt. Let's just say blunt. I wish that this was a finer mist, and because of that, I really feel like this is gonna be an after the shower, before bed kind of fragrance mist for me. It's a perfect scent for it, and again, because it kind of gets you wet, like it's a thick, blunt spray, okay? It's not delicate at all. I don't think it lasts very long. That's the only sad thing. Like, I want this to last forever, so those are some first impressions. If you love vanilla though, you like a sweet gourmand scent, it might be one to check out. And even if you don't, but you like the idea of a vanilla that might not be too much for you, could be one to check out. Well, that's my Sephora haul. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and shopping with me. Definitely let me know if you like these videos and you want me to do more of them, because it was definitely fun, a little bit different for me, but it was a good time. So anyway, let me know what you're interested in seeing, what you've picked up recently, how you're feeling about it. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.